online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
Passenger, Iggy Pop, you are listening to the Russell Brand Show on Radio 2. We're live, and I'd like to introduce your host. I'm the host of the show. Don't shake your head, Matt Morgan. That is a very ironic and brilliant introduction. We're broadcasting live from London. We just got back from Los Angeles. It's going to be a hell of a show. We've got some lovely emails and things to read out to people. But more importantly, I'm accompanied by Matt Morgan. How are you, Matt?
I'm a bit, I was going to say hungover, but jet-lagged.
Probably hungover as well, because you keep drinking constantly all this Jack Daniels since you've been in America, don't you?
And Jim Beam.
Yeah, that's right. They're your little friends, aren't they? Those little murky bottles of delight. Matt Morgan's in charge of these buttons. Might as well have a toddler in the crow's nest. It's ridiculous to have him in charge. So if you want to call us, you can. It's 0500 288 291, or you can text us on 88 291, or you can email russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. Do what you like, really. So, yeah, it's been interesting. Went away for Los Angeles 5 days. A lot of chaos here. All these floods and all this hullabaloo and madness and mad loopy terror and whatnot. They want to pack that in, eh? Look at Matt. Not joining me, Matt, on the old condemnation of terror rant.
Let's move on. Let's come back to the terror.
What, so when we know a bit more about it? I'm against the old terror.
It's quite bodged effort, so...
Bodged terror. I suppose if you're going to have terror, you might as well have Frank Spencer terror rather than, like, efficient terror that causes fatalities. But either way, if there's going to keep being terror, it's going to wind people up. Stop it.
We always have very British terror, don't we, compared to the Americans' Hollywood terror.
Yeah. This claptrap terror. A man was knocked off a ladder in a terror attack.
3 terrorists going down the hill in a bath.
Last of the summer Semtex. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, God.
Oh, hello. Come on, let's just not have any more terror, anyone. If there are any terrorists listening of any denomination, just don't bother with the terror. Just ask us what, to help you with your grievances. We happily will do. What are the important things I want to talk to everyone about on this show? Our trip to Los Angeles.
You've made notes, which you've been gloating over.
I have been gloating over my notes because there's some pretty important stuff there. We'll probably have some guests. We'll probably give Noel Gallagher a ring. I also said Noel Fielding would be on the show. I also would like to thank all of our listeners for not only for listening to the show, I appreciate that, but we're giving something back because we're doing the show. But thank you for voting for me to win that PETA vegetarian thing. I appreciated that, although it was complicated having those women in here, wasn't it?
Yeah, you'll have to apologise for your...
You apologise because you were known better after having your photo
Where's
done.
that photo gone that I had done with them?
Actually, is that on the website? Perhaps go to bbc.co.uk. Yep, it's on the website. The people that purportedly run this show, they say that it's up on the website. So go and have a look at it.
But we're not going to let women in here again. It ruined everything.
I don't think. Well, let's not condemn an entire gender. It's just if men,
women in bras.
Women in bras, they can have a bra on if on top of that they've got a schmock or a yashmak or something. But we don't want people just swanning in here wearing salad bikinis. Even a bloke. You know, if they come in wearing a salad bikini, it's disconcerting, it's unsettling for us, isn't it? Our sexual energy gets all worked up by it. But what a holiday it's been! What a lovely time we had. Did you enjoy Los Angeles?
Yeah, I'm all brown. Not going to be able to hang on to that for long in this weather.
No, you don't. Well, you've not hung on to it for that long. Anyway, you'd look sort of... Well, you just look like you're concerned about something, really. You just look like mildly embarrassed, which most of the time you were. Matt got held up in customs. We were going through... There's a bit of an embarrassing thing happened, actually. We were sort of like... We had this special person from the airline we were flying with, Virgin. Other airlines are available, right, and...
Well, why did you say that? So you'd get some even better treatment next time?
I don't know, it just helps with the story.
Russell demanded that he had the best chair which he could lay down in, and then everyone else who was with us, which was 2 other people, because they weren't with him, he realised he was rather lonely up there in his ivory tower.
I liked it up my ivory tower.
I went to say hello to you on the way there, and you looked like a hedgehog in a box hibernating. No dignity at all.
I had dignity. I was happy up there. But when we went through the airport, they led us through to the front of the queue. And I know that is bad to avoid it, but it is a service you can pay for. It's bad to have a Rolls Royce, isn't it? But people have them. There is such a thing as a Rolls Royce. No one should really have them because it's unnecessary. There should be absolute equality. But if you are in a bit of a rush and there is a way of avoiding the queue at the airport, you know, have it.
But what was weird was we avoided the queue, but we had a person, you know, an official with us.
Yeah, we had this.
But all the anger was directed towards us.
What that you get in this situation is you get an official who directs you, sort of a gentleman. In this case, he were called Joe, although I don't think that is a legislative necessity. He leads us through to the front of the queue, and then like. It's bad though, because it's wrong to go through a queue. Matt goes, "Why don't we just look like we're being told off? Let's look like we've been led here because we're in trouble." Trying to like, okay, how are we going to express that in a facial expression? He just shook and shuddered, but because of his sunburn, he did look like he was mildly worried about something. And then, like when we got to the front of the queue, there's this bloke at the front goes, like he started to berate us quite heavily.
Hey, it's the Three Stooges.
Hey, what are you guys doing going to the front of the queue? Who do you think you are? Like, mind you, he wasn't even from there, was he?
He sounded like that.
Oh yeah, that's how he's saying. Hey, what are you doing? Why do you think you're?
This is arrogance.
Hey, this is arrogance. This isn't funny. I go, stop talking to us, you pervert. Leave us alone. I kept pretending he was pinching my bum. Matt immediately, because he's been having karate lessons, started squaring up to him, rolling his sleeves up.
I just said, don't talk to us. I said, talk to him. We've got a representative.
Our representative didn't do anything,
He
did
just
he?
stood there and just sort of turned his back on him. And the bloke said, you got money, have you? I got millions. I got millions in the bank.
I could buy you guys. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire-ish. I'm every gender there is known to man. I got a third gender. I got a vagina on the sole of my shoe. He was a crazy character, right? And in the end, I just kept pretending every so often. I kept pretending he was pinching my bum, turning around like, "Oh, you pervert!" like that. To wind, he got proper worked up about it. But then, like, we got ahead of him, and then when we were going through customs, Matt had to get taken off to one side, and we were thinking, "Oh, why is that? Why is Matt getting taken off?"
Because the metal detector kept going off, even though I had no metal on me.
Because Matt was taken off to the secret paddock for bad people. Like, while me and Nick, who's our agent, we sort of went through, like, we're nicely ahead of our adversary. And Matt got taken off to a separate little paddock in LAX. And he was all worried. And I'm going, "Oh, you're right in there, Matt. You okay?" He's going, don't joke about it. Don't joke about it. Something bad could happen." Standing there all
Yeah, because once you're in trouble in an airport and there's people putting metal things all around you.
Yeah.
Then you gooning, you leering over the top of the glass box I had to stand in. Go, the chicken's bum. That'll get me in trouble.
Yeah, and then like the bloke ran the metal detector all round Matt, and it turned out that Matt's illegal cargo was that he'd been stealing the expensive tea bags out of my hotel room. "Oh, Russell's got nice green tea bags that came in sort of tinfoil little bags." Matt had them sellotaped to him like a heroin smuggler all around his legs.
They were in my shorts.
You were a green tea mule.
It was embarrassing though. I had to go, "Oh, the tea bags I stole from your bedroom."
And I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know that was the first I learned of it. So perhaps you should be aware in future that if you go robbing from people's sweets, then you know there will be a terrible price to pay. Right, we had loads of other things to go on about. So you had little adventures. We'll go on about it a little bit later. But what do we want to talk to you about? Let's have a look at an email quite at random. "I love listening to your Radio 2 show when I can," says Zena. "I do kissograms, stripograms, usually at weekends, so I listen to you on the way. I'm looking for new... We're not getting involved in this.
Don't
No
let her
way,
come anywhere near
Zena.
us.
You're not coming in here with your strippo-kisso glory. You'll send us all barking. We'll go weak at the knees. We won't be able to concentrate. Okay, so if you want to call us, then do. If you want to text us, do. 0500 288 291. You know, like at the number that we're at. Why don't we listen to LA Woman in honour of LA, where we've been talking to moguls? That's the Doors, LA Woman. I mean, he could go on all day, couldn't he, Jim? Once he started, he never stops. You're listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2. This is from Michael Irwin. "I've got a good way of skipping the queue at the airport, just driving in your car. Everyone will get out of your... You lunatic, Michael, what are you saying? Luckily, no one died there, but still... Come on, Michael, for God's sake. Grow up, lad. Grow up. How are we going to have a sensible revolution with you coming out of things like that, Michael? I think he's all right, though. I don't, you know, he's just a lad living his life. This is a person called Lee Peacock. "Hi, Russell. Congratulations on becoming Europe's sexiest vegetarian." That's good. Like I've become it. Like I've blossomed into it. Like I've come out of a chrysalis. "This surely means the revolution is picking up momentum and now spreading across Europe. Can I be part of the revolution?" Yes, you can, Lee. Really, it's at the moment all you've got to do is just buy up to a bit of ideology. There's nothing much happening.
Did you use the vegetarian line over in LA?
Yeah, I did actually.
What, you said it to strangers?
What do you mean, not strangers?
Hello, I don't know if you know, but...
Well, actually, I was in a vegetarian restaurant. I goes, "Well, it's funny I should be here in this vegetarian restaurant."
Oh, this whole thing, this trophy, it's fallen out my bag.
"Oh, this plaque, I'll eat my dinner off that if I may. Here, why don't you serve me some brown rice and a bit of avocado on there? Go on, give us a cuddle. I'm the sexiest vegetarian you're ever likely to meet." Yeah, I did use it sometimes, just when it came up. It just kept coming up in conversation. People were talking about sexiness, vegetarianism quite a lot. I don't know how it kept finding its way into conversations, but it did. It sniffed its way out. Read that email you've got there, Matthew. Matthew's
This
got
one
an
here.
email. Yeah.
Don't put all the pressure on me and go, Matt's going to read out an email.
Matt's doing an item!
Russell, I just sat across from you on the plane from LA.
Who's it from?
You always do that, Laura.
Yeah.
And I'm so disappointed you asked for the stewardess's phone number and not mine. There is never any good-looking blokes in upper class to flirt with, still. Anyone who can afford it is usually fat and bald. I sat next to Chris Evans once, blah, blah, blah. I live in LA, I'm in London, I'm bored. Do you want to meet up? So that's the gist of it.
Alright. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Just turn up
Do you
somewhere.
remember her?
I think she might have been reading a biography, that, what's it called, that I'm with the band, that biography
Pamela
of the
de
group.
Bars.
She was reading that, I think. She seemed like quite a nice person.
She's done her research then, she'll be ideal.
She's on top of stuff. She knows the kind of relationships I like. So yeah, we're fine. Yeah, why not? Does she leave details?
What's more interesting is what was going on with the stewardess.
Oh, well, there was a stewardess who had the downright gall to be wandering around being all sexually attractive. I thought, well, you can't have her just loose in the world. I'll give her a right chatting up. So I wrote her a little love note on a sick bag. Now, when you're writing a love note on a sick
So
bag...
she's prepared. She reads it. She's immediately ready.
I'll just tell you the truth, Matthew, I'd filled it with a sample before I sent it to her.
Sick.
Not sick. I'd filled it right up to the brim. It was foaming over. I goes, here you go, girl. There's plenty more where that came from. Oh, no, look at his little disappointed face. So here, if you want to ring us, do 0500 288 291.
What did it say on the note?
Email. The note that I sent that goes, something along the lines of, how befitting that an angel such as yourself should be discovered here in the heavens. Why, I didn't get a wink of sleep, for I were tortured with dreams and visions of you. I dreamt about Morrissey. I dreamt that Morrissey came round my mum's house. And I goes, I used to listen to you in this room, Morrissey.
This is all on the note.
This is all on the note. I covered all of this. Yeah. But listen.
What about on the way out there, the stewardess?
What about her?
You met one, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about now, Matthew. It seems to me that you're... What is this witch hunt? Is this a return to McCarthyism? What kind of world is it where innocent men like me are hounded like villains when we should be lauded as heroes? Where's my ticker tape parade? Where's my ticker tape parade? My average age is 19. Listen to this, poor fella. Asbo over secret films, screams headline. A man who lured more than 100 women into his car to film them secretly has been given a 10-year antisocial behaviour order. The order...
Car?
What?
Well, wait. Car?
Well, listen to what old Raymond Rowland got up to. The order made against old Raymond Rowland, 41, from Torquay, Happy Talk, is valid throughout England and Wales. Rowland would claim that his car had broken down, then ask women to get into the driver's seat and operate the accelerator or clutch. Cameras placed underneath the steering column would film and record the lower half of the women's bodies,
God.
said a police spokesman.
That's elaborate.
It's a very elaborate scheme. Like, why not just hover in a drain and just murmur stuff through
It's
the
just
grid?
stupid. What if they're wearing trousers?
Well, I suppose don't invite him into the car, Matt. I mean, but you should. The fact that you're approaching it from this perspective suggests to me that you are worthy of your own little aspo. Should be allowed out of the house. Look at you sympathising with the pervert. Now then, Noel, could you give Noel Fielding a ring? Says Emily. Yes, we will. We'll ring him in a minute. Hello, Russell, says Catherine. I've been listening to your podcast since I got my iPod for Christmas. You and Matt make me laugh out loud as I cycle to work. I get some funny looks from others on the cycle path. Well, concentrate on what you're doing. They'll clatter into each other.
You've got to have one ear out if
To
you're
listen
cycling.
to someone behind you, yeah. After hearing about you being on TV last week with Jonathan Ross, I watched it online and wow, you are sexy in the flesh. Well, thank you, but you should see me when I'm stripped to the bone, all skeletal wandering around. Very cool and collected for the cameras. Blah, blah, blah. You've been in my dreams this week. I have a bit of a problem with dreams about the people I work with and it makes it difficult to look them in the face the next day. That's interesting. Like, say you use someone in a fantasy of some kind, an onanistic fantasy. How then do you confront that person the next time you see
We've
them?
talked about this, but I don't
Never.
mind.
Well, you just happily shake their hand with the same hand that you've guiltily strummed to the tune of your own mind with.
Well, they're not going to know, are they?
I suppose.
What do you do then? Blimey, you could never leave your house.
I just whisper through the letterbox.
I can't come out.
I can't accept your milk, I'm afraid, milk.
I'm very naughty to you in my dreams.
I've done you a terrible disservice, Postman Pat, and the black of my cat. The pair of you were entrenched in PVC, and the only letters we had were French ones. That's the kind of thing I'd be shouting through letterboxes. boxes. Love your podcast, says Harrison Moss. I thought you might want to know how the word spam was created. You brought up the word spam, as in spam ed. I think that my dad was at the birth of it all when in his secondary school.
At the birth of it.
He was here, this guy. He had a cover teacher who was bald, and one of his friends thought his head looked like foodstuff spam because of its smooth texture. I find it strange that a bald head can look like spam. Well, it would do on a white person with a sort of pinkish skin. And so he was known as Spam Ed. I just thought I'd tell you about this because my dad told me it. Harrison,
Where's he from? Because we said spam at school.
Maidstone, Kent. So and you're from
it's
Dartford. Yeah, we said it at our school.
Spam Ed and spam someone on the head.
Yeah, but I think we said that with a northerner in the room. Did you say it up north, Spam Ed, for people with like people if they had a bald head? No.
No, the forehead was called your spam.
That's your
I thought that's
spam.
what it was. Like, if I went to the doctors, I would have said, I've got a pain in my spam.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing you would say because you're a hypochondriac. You never had that, doctors.
Shut up.
Dear Russell, we think you look dead sexy if you were
Stop reading out things.
I can't help it. These are just a randomly selected...
up your ass.
It's a series of randomly selected emails, Matt. I can't help it if an enormous number of
given
them...
to you by people who have to go through all...
No, let's just
weeding
take-
out the ones that say I'm sexy, because it
Look at
might
this one.
upset you.
Matt Morgan, rubbish. Did you dedicate the song Passenger to Matt Morgan? Because that's what he is on the show. I mean, do that. It's just, it goes on and on and on. It's relentless.
Let's talk about your demands.
What demands?
I want a sweet.
Well, no. All right. Listen, now, I never used to have money as a young
And
man.
just like your chair up in upper class,
Yeah.
you were lonely there. You demanded a suite, got a presidential suite, just the size of another hotel. And then he cowered in my room because he was afraid of the immensity of
It was huge in there. It was a vast expense. It was like being alone at Wembley. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to put
He
myself.
can't even pack his own bag. Someone had to come down from the reception to come and pack his bag. And then he had to go at me.
Who supervised this packing? It was ridiculous. I've had to throw things away.
He just...
It was badly
changed.
packed. It hadn't-
Because he couldn't be bothered to carry his suitcase and a box. He threw away perfectly good things.
Because I can't go lugging boxes around. Do you know what I mean? Listen,
Because you're too starry.
no, because I've spent loads of time being poor and the novelty wears off.
Shut up.
Yes, I have. I've had to live out of boxes and bags and on floors.
Not in
and on
a box.
settees. I lived in a box, a great
When?
big house-shaped palace it was, but it was essentially a box. It was like a rabbit hutch for a person with a bed in it.
If you'd lived in poverty, you wouldn't throw things away, would you? 'Cause
Yes, you would. I've become decadent as a reaction to it. Some people, like, I know a lot of like sort of people that have like grown up with similar backgrounds, and they grow up to really respect money. But I've sort of ate it. You know what I mean? I don't have any regard for it. I just think
I'll look after
it's
it
just
too, then.
tokens for
give it to me.
experience. You're not getting a penny of my riches.
Yeah, look, they'll have to nick tea bags and nearly
You don't have
create
to.
an international
Snooping
incident.
around my suite, snaffling up tea bags. It's an inappropriate way to behave. Scoffing down gin. And that night that I was sat in your room while you switched through trying to see which pornography to select.
We
Oh,
were
shall I
both
get
doing
this
that
one?
together.
Oh, I don't know if I'd like that lesbian party.
I didn't know how to entertain him in
The
my
sorority
room, and I said, "Do you want
sisters.
to look at what porn there is?" And then he was going,
Yeah, get that one. Get that one. No, not that one.
Look at you.
he had his own mansion upstairs. He was still down in my room, rinsing my bill.
You never even paid that bill. I paid that for you,
you
ungrateful
didn't.
little swine.
Did you?
Of course I did.
Well, I got the tea.
You stole those tea bags. Right, okay, let's do some more professional things. Here, we had this dinner while we was out there with some glorious celebrities. A pop star from England, one half of a lovely duo, and a famous hypno-bonkers brain twister. Guess who those three people are? An English pop star, half of a famous duo, and a bonkers brain-twisting hypno guy. If you can, why don't you text us who you reckon it is, or call us on 0500 288 291, then we'll tell the story of that evening. And then, just before we do that, this is from Ant, banished from to the colonies. Remember when someone used to hum quietly in the classroom, you couldn't tell who it was or where it was coming from, and it used to make the teachers feel unhappy? This is a good way to begin the revolution. Everyone can hum anonymously wherever they are, and it will disrupt the status quo. Why don't you start doing it now? Humming. It's non-violent, it's a passive and ridiculous, pointless way to start a revolution. And that's a good idea. Let's start doing it, I don't know, libraries, buses, places like that, so people just feel unsettled. It'll be a nice code. It'll be a good way of bonding us. Right, let's listen to the Smiths. Boy of
Really?
Fawn Inside. Yeah, come
Boy
on,
of
listen to
Fawn
Smiths for
Inside.
ages. Yeah, listen to Boy of Fawn Inside.
this was something I wanted to pick you up on.
Huh?
In our hotel, everywhere you went, there was this awful jazz music piped out of little speakers.
Yeah.
And then when I went into your room, I thought, oh my God, it's in here as well. And then I realised that you were playing it from your iPod.
I
You
wasn't in
actually
charge.
like that music.
That was Billie Holiday. That
Well,
was.
it's
That's Billie
It's
Holiday.
instrumental, and it was just jazz.
I can't help
noodling
it. I
out.
can't go back in time and make sure that Billy does a vocal all over every bit of every bloody record. The poor woman needed a break. She was under a lot of pressure. She kept her money in her vagina. The woman was a mess towards
she?
the end of her life. Yes, she did. She didn't trust anyone. She just kept all her money up her vagina. What a way to live. That's the sort of thing.
saying it.
You'll end up like that, I reckon. I wouldn't be surprised if your
Tea bags.
pocket money's up your bumhole now. Little tin-foil coated tea bags.
Something so crude.
You stop being crude. Let's let's crush that little revolution. Stop that mutiny. Nip that in the bud. Right, come on. Let's talk to some listeners. This is who this show's for. We'll talk to one in a minute. Later on, we'll call Noel Gallagher. We'll call Noel Fielding. Anyone called Noel. Let's listen to the Smiths now. Lift us right up. The boy with the thorny side, that's the Smith. Did you just drag that down and not fade it down
No,
at all?
I don't know what happened.
It was you. Where's the fader that was, it
Well,
was on?
it's still up.
Okay.
I don't get involved with
extraordinary.
the switches.
You don't understand those switches, you twerp. Russ, says Adam in Norwich, was it Darren Brown, Barry Chuckle and Chesney Hawkes trying to work out our dinner companions? No, it weren't, but I would like to go out for dinner with Darren Brown. I've met him once, he's alright, he's a bit mysterious. Like, you know, he said, why don't you get a chair from another table? And I went and got a chair from another table, and the person went, oi, that chair's at our table! And he
And then
made
he
me
laughed
do
and
that.
disappeared in a puff of
It
smoke.
did disappear in a puff of smoke, but it made me realise that that man had just subjugated my will and made me do something that I didn't want to do, and
Yeah.
it led to
Where
consequences.
did you meet him?
Just after some gig, he turned up, watched me do stand-up. Barry Chuckle, I don't know which of the Chuckles is which.
That's I think, the older one. Paul Chuckle.
Older, thinner, Mark Fowler. Hey, now, right or wrong, you know me. Chesney Hawkes. I love Billie Holiday, says Paula. Why wouldn't you? She's lovely. Did you have dinner with H from Steps, Paul Dannon, and David Guest? I like Paul
Which
Dannon.
one of those is a...
Yeah,
hypnotist?
none of them's an hypnotist, and it weren't any of them. But Paul Dannon, I'm fond of that boy.
Yeah, he's alright, isn't he?
Yeah, he's lovely. We met him, didn't we? He came on our MTV show we used to do. Oh, yeah, here's a nice email. Actually, Russell, Matt is very sexy. I have to disagree with you. He is the sexy one of this pairing, and that's from Rose West. Hey, Russell, Matt G and Mikey, says Jojo. Great show tonight, and I like the pictures I've seen from you in LA, even though the outfits look like Graham Norton's. Is that what Americans think British rock stars look like? Because that's what I'm playing in this film, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. No, in them photos, I'm doing a video. I had to do this video for like being in this film. I did a pop video. I had to dance around in the street. I did, all dressed up in all sorts of
Like
lilac and
Cheggers.
satin stuff. It did look a bit like Cheggers. They're sort of a satin Cheggers, as it were.
I know, I saw it.
I liked it.
I would have come down, but I was just hanging by the pool.
Just hanging by the pool. Yeah, Matthew coped really well with life in Los Angeles. We had to go around for meetings with sort of moguls at Sony and DreamWorks and like all sort of like and Universal, going in sort of big impressive offices with
Scary.
big skylights, you know, daunting dorm and tops of like sort of high security places. You have to show your passport before you go in, and like, you know, around every corner the possibility of a movie star emerging lingers, right? And like sort of me and our agent Nick was sort of like handling it. Nick even put a suit on for the occasion, coping very well. We're talking to HBO about doing some stuff for TV. Oh yeah, and it all went very well, been very lucid, funny,
I was good at all the
charming
meetings.
and polite. Matt just sits there all quiet and shifty, and then like at one of the early meetings that we went to, like Matt sort of, we all went, all right, well thank you, ha ha ha. I'd done a big reel of lovely and amusing jokes for everyone. He created a lovely atmosphere, and we all sort of shook hands with people and sort of left, and like, you know, Nick goes, all right, see you later. I go, yeah, ta-da, toodly pip, see you later. And Matt went, nice to meet you, hello, as he left the room.
No, what
He
happened
don't
was-
know the difference between hello and goodbye.
I admit, that's
hello. Like that time when you met Lulu and went Lulu instead of hello to Lulu. You don't, can't even, if you like
What happened
toddler
was the
knows
secretary
hello and
lady,
goodbye.
the PA woman,
No.
goes, I just said, nice to meet you, hello, and then went, I mean goodbye. Like that.
absolute
So none of the
twat.
moguls saw it.
The moguls were phoning me up afterwards going, "You've got a bright future, kid.
Who's
What
that
you doing?
chump?
Who hang around with that guy? He's a patsy. He's a fool. He don't know his ass from his elbow. His hellos from his goodbyes."
Take that back, I was good in those meetings.
No way,
I
you're-
propped you up.
Right little twerp he was, right handicapped to be carrying around with us there. So, what other things happened that was quite good though? We've had, yeah, so them suggestions, it actually was at that dinner, you'll never guess anyway. We went out for this dinner.
No, they would.
What's the
Well,
point?
there's only two hypnotists, really.
Ooh, Darren Brown
And
and
the one who it is.
Paul McKenna! Woo! It
Well
was
done, you've got it right.
It was Paul McKenna, right? We went out for dinner. I love Paul McKenna. I think he's
Funny, isn't he?
He's really funny. Hello, I'm Paul McKenna. Change your life in 7 days with a bit of help from Paul McKenna. He can help you change your life, you know, give up smoking, get a bit less fat, be
What
more
about his
confident.
method for getting through a flight?
What does he do?
Do you remember when he
Oh,
said-
yeah, he goes, I was like, oh, yeah, no, if you're nervous of flying, Paul, what should you do? How should you cope with that? Because Matt's nervous and scared of flying.
No,
and
I'm not.
Yes, you are, scared of everything. Right, he goes, no,
Slightest bit.
You talk like chewing gum.
No, we were talking to him because we
How
said,
did
how do
we-
you get away from jet lag?
How do you, well, I've got a little technique I've developed. I get blind drunk and fall asleep. That's Paul McKenna's technique. Or just get stupidly drunk and doze off. So Paul McKenna were there initially, was having a nice chat with Paul McKenna. Then Robbie Williams turned up with Deck, out of Ant and Deck, and his mate Jonathan Wilkes.
It's bizarre.
It was bizarre. It's a nice evening, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Robbie Williams is having a party at his house. He was having it that night, a pyjama party, where there's going to be 20 tons of snow brought into his back garden
Christmas
to create
party.
Christmas. He says he'd like winner to move Christmas to a different point, have it in the summertime, cheer himself up. Mad, isn't it? 20 tons of snow in the back
We
garden.
should have gone to that party.
Would have been nice to, but we had to come home and do this show because it's the listeners what matter. The listeners is what makes this show thrive. We had a good chat actually at that dinner, and I think I'd like you to join in with the chat, right? And here is the chat. If you had to,
Oh, not
yes, Matthew, yes, people must know. If you had to have it off with an animal, had to, like, so don't go, oh, I wouldn't have it off with an animal, it's out of order. We all know that. But if you had to, what animal would it be? We all talked about that for a while. Paul McKenna said that he would have. He said it would quite like a kangaroo or a monkey if it looked like Helen the Bonham Carter out of Planet of the Apes. I said a tiger because they're
Show off.
yeah, but it'd be really good, wouldn't it? A sexy tiger.
kill you.
He wouldn't, mate. He'd love it. It'd be well into me. Me and the tiger getting it on. I want the one out of the Frosties
yeah,
advert.
Tony.
It's great. Oh, did you wear a condom? I've got syphilis. No, that's right. I didn't choose the one syllable one because it's much more serious. Matt Morgan goes, I'd like a flamingo because they've got an egg hole. Starting
No,
to take
a
it too
flamingo is the
far.
most feminine animal. It's pink. It stands on one leg, on dainty little legs.
What about its cruel beak and its dirty little egg hole? Everyone else weren't taking it seriously. Matt had booked a cab to San Diego Zoo. Was ready to try it out. Why don't you give us a ring and tell us what animal, if you had to, you'd like to have it off with? 0500 288 291. Or you can text us on 88 291. We've got some great things coming up on the show. We'll talk to Noel Gallagher later. Let's text Noel Fielding to see if he's about. He said he'd do it last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right, so, also, yeah, send us an email. Come on, send us stuff. Give us a ring. We might like to have a talk to a human being in a minute. Matthew, what are we going to listen to?
Safety dance, men without hats.
All right,
Look at
let's
that,
have a listen.
Flotto.
I'm not going to take you seriously. You don't know Hello from Goodbye. You should be allowed to queue up tracks. Go on, see if you can press the right button. Good. Safety dance, men without hats. How safe can the dance ever be? They ain't even got a hat on. You're listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2. I'm here with Matt Morgan, who's in charge of the switches while I'm doing my show, who feels that he's been unfairly treated in the opening
made to look a
few
buffoon.
weeks. You should have seen just now. He goes, Russell, you're making me sound stupid on this show, saying I was bad in meetings, saying I'm scared of flying, say how clever I am. So I'd just like to add that Matt is very clever, all right?
It's made me look worse now.
Yep, it has, hasn't it? There you go. That's what you get. I
I'm
hope
gonna
you've
think of
learned a little
something
lesson.
very bad
You
about
don't
you.
know nothing about me that isn't really cool and brill because of the way I live my life. This is from Omar Reburn. Dear Russell, I listen to your show every week and download the podcast. Well done, thanks, mate. I just looked at your webcam. How come you aren't doing your backcomb thingy? Do you only do it for telly? No, I don't only do it for telly. It just sometimes I can't be bothered. I just washed my hair, come back from holiday and everything, so I just washed my hair when I got in. Sometimes I can't bother with all that hullabaloo. It's a bit like dressing up like a superhero doing those clothes. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'm not in the mood.
Very big-headed.
What do you mean? I don't mean I've got superpowers or nothing like that. I just mean I feel like I've got a costume on a
You
little
said
bit.
earlier we went and got some coffee.
Yeah.
I said, oh, it's going to take ages if you come because people want photos and autographs. Why don't
Yeah.
you stay in the car?
Yeah.
They won't know who I am.
I'm just drifting. I'm a mystery man.
My hair's slightly lower.
Robbie Williams commented on my hair, didn't he? Do you remember?
What did he say?
Said it was stupid. No, he didn't. He just goes, oh, your hair's not as high, mate, or something like that. And I goes, oh, yeah, good. And Declan, oh, isn't he lovely? You can
he's
see why
lovely,
people
isn't
like
he?
you want to give him a right cuddle. All
Yeah.
sort of sweet and nice. Paul McKenna goes to us, why don't you come out with me and Simon Cowell in London? We'll go crazy.
Get a lap dancing place.
Yeah, it'll be wild. Paul McKenna's funny, isn't he? Hey, we said we was going to ring him up, didn't we? Let's get Paul
yeah.
McKenna on the phone,
We've
get
got
him
his
to talk
number.
about sexy animals. Tell us what animals you'd like to have sex, not like to have sex with, because you shouldn't, because it's out of order to the animal. Say say you had to, though, which ones it would be. Yeah, that's not juvenile, because you'll have to describe the qualities of the animal, right? It's actually poetic. You'll have to discover, some of the beautiful qualities. That play Equus is, after all, about nothing more than the eroticism of animals. So don't say we're being juvenile, even though we tangibly and obviously are. I just looked on the webcam. You're not doing your hair. I saw you on Jonathan Ross. You looked awful cosy in the green room with Serena Williams. Did you try anything on with her, and was she having any of it?
She's beautiful, isn't she?
I did try it on with her, yeah. I goes to her like, I guess gives your phone number. She goes, well, I'm American. So I tried to get out of it.
She could snap you like a twig.
That's what I was hoping for, actually, because you'd really know she was there, wouldn't you? In a conjugal situation.
She's taller than you.
Yeah, well, she seemed it. I mean, I was sat down, so I couldn't really tell, but like she seemed like she was going to be. She was power and energy, and I fancied her. I goes, look, why don't you leave your email address, then come see me do some stand up? And she said she would. Then
Little devil.
what's wrong with that? Come see me do some stand up.
Email address.
She goes, I'll bring my sister. I goes, yeah, you're damn right you will, because there's not enough of you for me. Let me tell.
He didn't say it like that. Damn right you will, girl.
Well,
You went, okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mrs. Tennis. I love you. Bye. Good luck at Wembley. Bye. And then just ran away screaming. Yeah, no, she didn't call. So, but, there you are. You've got them's the breaks. You've got to, take the rough with the smooth in life.
That would be a
Rejection.
funny celebrity pairing.
It'd be great, wouldn't it? It'd be great.
You two.
The
Imagine
world,
that.
we'd be very much the new Posh and Becks. Me and Serena Williams. I'd like to get out of her. So, but, they don't seem she's into it. But she's over here doing Wimbledon, isn't she? How long's she going to be here
She's
for?
probably quite busy, isn't she?
You're what, doing the tennis all day?
She'll think, what's the name of that comedian? I'm going to go and watch him.
Yeah, but how long does it take to do a tennis? Hour and a half. You've done the tennis. Come out with me, girl. Let's get in touch with her. Mikey, you little Scotch twerp. Why don't you get us Serena Williams' number, please? Or
How's
phone
he
up.
going to do that?
I don't know. Just hang around outside her hotel. Hang around outside her hotel, drunk, wearing pyjamas that you got from a mental hospital, all stained and that, and then just fling yourself at her. Serena, I just met a girl named Serena. And suddenly I found. That's how songs should be sung in the real world. So yeah, Mikey, go on, ring up Wimbledon, see if you can get us tickets or something. I'm not good. Do you like tennis?
No, not really.
Backwards, forwards, who cares?
Venus and Serena. So Serena probably means serene, and Venus is the god
well
of love.
done. Oh, do you do Latin, do you? Oh, you understand
Let me
language.
finish.
Thank God we have to do in them meetings with them moguls.
I was good in those meetings. You just show off.
He thought they were Mowgli's. He wanted Barloo and Bagheera to turn up. Are we going to meet them Mowgli's?
I had some brilliant jokes come out, and I had some good ideas.
You've done very well. We're going to be making films soon, so you're doing very well, mate.
You had to put on the old costume, the old superhero costume. Oh, have a meeting. Here we go. Put on the old tragic costume. Wheel out the old jokes. Oh, hello. I'm from Victorian times.
Oh, don't you know, I'm slightly affected.
Give us a movie or cry.
Yeah, if I don't get a movie film by the end of the day, I don't know what our parents should do. Cha-cha, toodly-pip, wee!
Back in the car. Next movie, Bogle.
Take me back to my suite. I'm depressed. Where are my tea bags? Where are my tea bags? I want a cup of tea to unwind.
What about when we drank a bit of whiskey in your room? You went, what are you doing?
Why didn't you have the miniatures?
What?
Because you glanced back a big bottle of whiskey. I don't even drink. There's all booze everywhere. I was bringing people back to that suite trying to impress her. It looked like I was living with a tramp. There was a trail round everywhere you'd been. You'd been in the toilet, done it, excreted in the stinkiest fashion, kicked the bath mat out of the door. It was all
Wasn't me.
hanging open.
You fool.
Well, I
You
suppose
did
I
that
should
in
be
one of your
grateful.
blackouts.
At least you didn't do it in a plastic bag and sling it off the roof,
What an
which you
idiot.
have
Shut
been
up.
known to do. It's been recorded on these shows. Right, so, okay, what's some of these emails? Quite long. Dear Russ, says Salim, age 17, this brainchild of yours that you call a revolution has really taken off lately, and when I went to get something to eat just now, and my mum was humming while I was cooking, oh, the revolution's upon us. Yeah, good, I can see that it's becoming tangible.
Feeble revolution,
I-
and you at its helm.
This revolution will be great once it gets a bit of momentum. All we've got to do first, come all nice and famous everywhere, all the while...
If everyone hums and no one do their A-levels.
Don't do your A-levels! It's children's sport playing into their hands! Hold on, where's this one about Krishnamurti? Right. Feeble is in the
You
revolution.
wheel him out and Jean Paul Sartre.
Here
every time
comes
you want-
Krishnamurti, so it's time to start taking old Russ seriously. This is from Simon. Hello, Russell and Matt. Regarding this revolution of yours, you seem to be concentrating on the external aspects, but according to Krishnamurti, real change can only occur by inner revolution. Quite right, Simon, you are. Krishnamurti, I'd have to agree with with him there. Because there's no point having like a revolution, like kicking a bus stop down if you're all like drunk and on drugs or something. You do have to transform inwardly and find inner peace. But, you know, I did used to be a junkie and I've moved on. Don't know if I've mentioned it. Right? And then what we'll do now is we'll evolve ourselves. Because I did realise that, you know, these frivolous trappings, great big hotel suites, upper class travel.
You always say
it
this
is
and it's
meaningless.
yeah,
it
but
don't make you happy.
why do you demand it?
I demand it.
It makes it seem, when we got there, he
Yeah.
just had a normal room. He was
Yeah.
like a child, because he was literally saying,
I want a sweet. I want a sweet.
Give me a sweet! Give me a sweet! Like a 7-year-old. Yeah, but like, listen, come on, I'd like to know.
and then they just gave you 2 rooms. They stuck 2 rooms together, opened the connecting door, and went, there you go, that's a suite. And you went,
Yeah, well-
good. And you lived there for about 2 days. Then you found out there was real suites, and you demanded those. Then when you were put in there, you were lost. You slept in one little corner, a pile of clothes.
I didn't even sleep in the bed. I made myself a dog's bed in the corner out of towels and just cuddled up with a shower cap and a bath rug. Called it my friend. I was like Tom Cruise in that Castaway film. I drew a face on my head. Look, listen, so we've got a bit more about Krishnamurti. Let's not bother on about that. We'll progress
No,
beyond
but
the material
you're
age.
spiritually on a higher plane, but you do like your comforts.
At the moment, I'll happily admit that I've not evolved to the point where I can overcome the pleasure of the flesh. I like having it off. That's something I should be able to evolve
I'm
myself
not having a go at you
beyond.
for that.
Well, it seems like you are. And like, you
That's
know,
why you
material
kick
wealth.
cab drivers down the street a bit late.
I'm very career-minded, aren't I? Because we've got to get to that. That's the starting point of the domination. We can't dominate the world and have a revolution if no one knows who we are. We'll just be lunatics start shouting in the street like you see on Cold Harbour Lane. We've got to make a difference. Come on. Now, for Christ's sake, focus. So, Russell, I think you need to become a Krishnamurti, Eckhart Tolle-style guru and spread spiritual enlightenment throughout the planet. You can carry on your cuddling if you want to, and your disciples will probably be up for it if you become a messiah. Do you want to try? Oh, I want to try it. That was a catchphrase we used to have. See you in Dublin next month. Yeah, come to the tour in Dublin. All right, Simon, thank you very much. I will focus on spiritual enlightenment as I realise that the material world is transient and it doesn't actually make you happy, but it does distract you from unhappiness a little bit. What are we going to listen to? Oh, yeah. In honour of Matt Morgan's way of greeting and leaving people, why don't we play the Beatles song Hello Goodbye, which is, Matt could say either one of those. If you ever meet Matt in the street, just, you know, he might say hello, he might say goodbye, he might be too busy fussing over his pockets full of tea bags to say anything at all. It's the Beatles! Hello, goodbye, either will do. That's the Beatles. This is an email. Hi, Russell. Did you know, says Jojo, that flamingos can only mate in large groups? So if anyone did want to have relationships with a flamingo, they would essentially have to have a flamingo orgy. Bye, says Jojo. So there you are, Matthew. That's the world you want to live in. Flamingos at it with each other from miles around. Sorry, I was just eating something then. I ran about a bit. Lewis says, Russell, if I were to have it off with an animal, I reckon it would be a panda because they like to cuddle afterwards. That's good. Do they, though? Aren't they vicious? Do you remember, Matthew, about that man?
bloke who worked in a zoo extracting semen from chimps, and he does it, and then afterwards they want to cuddle.
That's nice, isn't it, that chimpanzees are sort of
It's
emotional.
tragic. Sad.
That you extract the semen from them and give them a little... and then afterwards they need a little cuddle with you. Oh, a little monkey cuddle. But still with gloves on. I'd draft me in for the cuddle, or do they want to cuddle the person that's done
Yeah,
it?
they don't just want someone. They mention
Anyone
the
to cuddle.
impersonal nature of that.
So I live my life, baby. I don't know what these little chimps are up to. Crazy little devils. But they, you know, they live by a different clock. My friend Lara downloads the podcast every week, then sends it to me, cheating the system in a way. But it's ruining, listen, woman, that's ruining our chart position. But it's listening that counts in the end. She has made friends with Mr. Nibs, but I reckon she's only using him as a stepping stone to get to you. Mr. Nibs is the servant of this show. We ain't seen him for a while, have we? Has he been back? What's happened to him?
Don't know. He came in here a little while ago, didn't he? And
He looked a
went
bit
and
shifty.
Opened those presents.
He went,
and
yeah.
made bad radio.
Yeah, that's right. I think he might have taken up glue sniffing or something. He looked like Edgy. If I was his parents, I'd be deeply, deeply concerned about the boy. Okay, so actually we're going to talk to that girl. What is it in the news? Oh, right. Well, now, remember I told you that thing earlier that there was a woman on the aeroplane with me and said, like, why was you chatting up that stewardess? Give me a ring. We'll give her a ring, see what she's got to say. But before that, let's find out what's going on our planet. Remember, it is our planet. We can do what we want with it. Let's try and save it a little bit. Come on, let's get together. 88 to 91 FM, Radio 2 from the BBC. Here's the news.
And at 10 o'clock now, this is Andrea Simmons.
Online on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
Hard to handle Black Crows, Russell Brand, Radio 2, just had the news. Now, then it was Black Crows. That weren't part of the news, that things are hard to handle. Although some things are hard to handle, but, that seems to be life. Here, Mikey, get that woman that's on the plane up on the phone, right? And if she don't answer, we'll just leave something on her answer phone machine. Remember, like we just said earlier, that there was that woman on the plane said, oh, I'd like you to chat me up. We'll just leave her a message.
Did you do the
phone.
chatting up in full view of that girl? Because that's
She saw me hand over the sick bag, and that's the...
Christ.
And if that don't get people going, I don't know what will. That little sticky wicky bag. It stirs people. So we've got a few emails. Brilliant show, as always, says Emma. I'm gutted to be working on Saturday night, but you are both helping to ease the boredom. So is the wine. What are you drunk for? What kind of job does she do? I'm gutted to be working on Saturday night, but you're helping to ease the boredom. So is the wine. I have to say that Matt is gorgeous, but either would do. Either of us. Oh, hello, Emma. Saucy. Well, let's see how it all goes. I mean, what's she doing? Sat around as a job, drinking wine, thinking about
security
threesomes. You shouldn't be allowed wine as a security guard. You've got to focus. What if there's an assailant or a bandit comes in? Russell, Matt, G. G is incidentally sat over there frantically writing notes for his poem. Oh, well, have I got to do a shout-out to, mate?
Willowfield School in Walthamstow.
Willowfield School in Walthamstow, where Mr. G has been doing his poetry workshops. He goes, oh, yeah, I've been to this school. He goes, oh, you've got a lot of fans there, though, mate. And then he goes, oh, watch out, though, because they're prepubescent. I wasn't, the minute you said it was a school was the point where I decided that is not a place where it didn't even cross my mind to look for targets in a school, G. You don't have to, and these children, have any of them been blessed by the furry fingers of puberty? It's not something that would occur to me. So, but a big shout going out to all of you there. I've never done a shout out before. It went quite well, didn't it?
Shame they're all in bed.
I don't think so, those little guys. What's it called?
Willowfield.
Willowfield? And that's like really trying to create the idea that there's in Walthamstow. I bet it's hell, that school, isn't it? Oh, Willowfield. Welcome to Willowfield School. Crikey. Hello, Russ, Matt, G, etc. Can you please settle an argument? Yes, I can. Any argument, I'll settle it. I like the word argument. I was trying to have an argument. You trying to have an argument? Go into an argument. Is Mikey, the guy who works for us, the same guy who's working the buttons for Chris Moore's show yesterday? Probably because
Yes.
he is essentially a radio prostitute, pouring his way around the BBC.
Westwood last week.
Before that, it was Moyles. He'll probably have his finger on Wogan's button before the end of the week, won't you, Mikey? Yeah, dirty little devil. That'll make him blush. I heard him for 2 seconds yesterday. I'm sure it was him, but my mate says it wasn't. Who is right? It was him. When are you going to do stand-up in Glasgow, continues Lindy, because I keep checking. I don't think I'll do it later in the year. Dear Russ, Matt, Nibsy and G, do you remember that election you rigged for Joe Tidy to become a student union rep some time ago? Yes, I do remember. He's in your pocket, says Johnny Line. Wow, Johnny Line's not a real person. Just make sure he becomes Prime Minister, then it will be simple to dominate him. Well, actually, we ain't heard from Joe Tidy since we've had him in our pocket. It's about time we started to make him spread our message. I'm humming in Portugal, says Marta. Let's get the revolution going. Oh, nice one. Listening in Portugal.
Start reading these in the songs and then reading them on air.
What do you mean? No, these are good. I like them. It's nice. Why didn't you promote the revolution on Jonathan Ross last week? You missed a golden opportunity on the mainstream television. Are you still presenting the Diana concert tomorrow evening? Says Matt. No, Matt. Surprisingly, I've not been invited to present the Diana concert because, I mean, I'm doing that Live Earth, though, in a week. We're doing our radio show live from there next week, so that'll be brilliant. Tune in to that. In fact, I've got some information here about, I don't know, that's got lost under paper. But anyway,
I
Jonathan
think
Ross
their
is coming
message
from
is
there.
slightly confused because the weather's so bad. Like them going to global warming, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that I don't hold much truck with this short-term view. It's quite reductive to say, oh, global warming, it's all right really because it'll make things warm. But then we'll all be born mutants we
That's
won't be born.
what McKenna was saying, wasn't he?
McKenna was up for it. Yeah, Paul
Yeah.
McKenna. He was going, well, global warming isn't such
Sounds
a bad
nice.
thing. It'll be okay. Holiday season all year round. Do you want to quit smoking? Why don't you then? Look into my eyes.
You agreed with him at the time.
I didn't agree with him. I said,
Yeah, McKenna, you're a real wise guy.
I goes to him. I said to him, it's absolutely ridiculous and preposterous that you've got to look at the world in the broader context. I'm not someone to kowtow to the views of hypnotist Paul McKenna. Let's ring up hypnotist Paul McKenna. We're going to talk to all sorts of people on this show. Noel Gallagher, he's going to do a call. Noel Fielding, he's not responded to text messages. It's, you know, Saturday night. Come on, don't be surprised. But we've got, you know, that smoking's banned now. Because like, smokers across England are having their final puff at work and the pub before the ban on lighting up in enclosed public places begins at 6 o'clock. The move follows bans across the UK and is intended to cut out deaths from second-hand smoke. We're going to talk to some people having their own smokers' party in a little bit of time now. Some time will pass, then that'll happen. But before that happens, we're talking to... You remember a minute ago I was going, oh, right, yeah, there's this girl who sent us an email. She was looking at me from across the aisle in the aeroplane. Well, she's on the line now. Are you? Hello?
Hi, Russell.
Hello, dear. What's your name?
It's Laura.
All right, Laura.
How are you?
I feel all right, thanks. Just doing this radio programme. Are you... You're the girl that was office... I'm assuming you're the girl that was reading that book about that groupie, was you?
Yeah, I'm with the band by Pamela Des Barres.
How very convenient. What did you learn?
She's my writing teacher, actually. So,
She's your writing teacher?
Once a week with her and...
What was she?
her book.
All right, tell me. But I haven't read that book. Tell me, like, in a nutshell, what's it about?
About her sleeping with loads of rock stars, basically. Keith Moon, Jimmy Page,
Jim Morrison.
Noel Fielding.
Yeah.
Not Noel Fielding, Noel Redding.
Oh.
But probably him too.
I don't know. I mean, you know, he's quite focused now. Now, so okay, so she's your writing teacher, and she wrote that book about all sorts of How's Your Father, and you're a writer yourself, are you?
No,
How come you're sat there in upper class?
What?
How come you're sat there in upper class? You saying there's never, like, good-looking blokes up there and everything.
Do I sound like I shouldn't be in upper class? Or maybe
I don't know. I don't know what the system is yet for who should be there and who shouldn't. But
I'm over in London for work, and I run a clothing company called Morphine Generation.
Oh, yeah.
And,
don't plug your products on our radio show. Other clothing companies are available.
And I was, I
All right, so listen.
upgraded with my miles. So.
Oh, right, you got upgraded, so really you shouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
You've tricked your way in.
Where
So-
was Matt?
Matt was clinging.
Was in a cupboard,
He was
but-
clinging to the bottom of the plane like a little gremlin,
Hello, goodbye.
unscrewing things, saying hello and goodbye to the wheels alternately and inappropriately. So hey, listen, why don't? So anyway, you saw me train up some person, and you're reading a book about groupies. So it sounds to me like you're not looking for a marriage.
I was just really impressed by your mad skills. I don't know what you were saying to them, but it was like the Playboy Mansion up there. There was just stewardesses hovering all around you, like 5 of them.
Right, don't let people through the looking glass. Bad for public image. You know me.
That's good for public image.
Is it? Good for the public
Playboy
image.
Mansion, yeah.
I don't know. We should go to that Playboy Mansion.
Don't
I'm
try and
curious
change the
about what's going on.
subject.
Laura.
Yes.
Well, we've got your phone number, so we can, if necessary, ring you up to ring you out. I'll ring you right out, darling. You're in for the ride of your life, sweetheart. So we could call. Like, perhaps we'll talk later. You seem like you're not mad. It's nice to talk to you. We've got to carry on with the radio show.
All right.
Right,
bye.
thank you very much
Bye.
for the call. Bye, bye, love you, bye, bye. She seemed like a nice sort of a girl. Right, hey, Matthew, let's put music on because my headphones are going a bit mad. I'm hearing all sorts of, like, well, I keep hearing
jet
in my
lag.
head, you are the Messiah, you are the Messiah. I think there's something wrong with my headphones. You listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2, what are you sticking on, mate? Why don't you put Happy Mondays on? Because I think later on in the show, Sean and
Because we played
Bez
that last week.
are coming at, so, no, we never.
Yes, we
We
did.
did
Played
not play Kinky Afro on the show last week.
Sure we did.
Definitely didn't. Definitely not. Put up another...
Right.
What?
Let's put it on then.
Yeah, well, end the world. Oh no, a song's been played twice on
I'll
all
get
the
in
radio.
trouble.
There is no, you don't.
I
There's
do.
not some sect where you go off and have meetings
It's
about what happened.
unprofessional to play the
Just
same
stick
thing.
it on. We're talking to Sean and Bez in a little while, so let's put this on for them. That were Happy Mondays, Kinky Afro. You listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. Text us what animal you want to have it off with. Actively want to. 88291 or give us a call on 0500 288 291. We've got Sean and possibly Bez out of Happy Mondays on the... Are you there, Sean?
Hi, Russell, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Have you just come off stage?
Yeah. Beswick's not with us, though. I don't know where he is.
Has he just drifted off?
Yeah, as he does.
Yeah, I suppose so. It must be difficult to keep an eye on Bez, I suppose, Sean.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he strikes me as a free spirit from what I know of him. Yeah, you sound very well.
I'm all right.
Yeah. Did you enjoying performing?
Yeah, it's okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Rock and roll.
Yeah, you've got quite a big tour coming up, eh?
Yeah, well, we're on it at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah. This is the tour. This is during the tour. What? You're on the tour now?
Say that again.
Are you on tour, or have you got a tour coming up?
Oh, no, we're on tour now, yeah.
This is it. You're already on tour. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, look, I can see from the 30th June all the way to 13th of October. Loads of gigs. Liverpool, Birmingham, Southampton, Brixton, Newcastle, Glasgow. You're all over the show. And you've got a new album, Uncle Dysfunctional, out, a couple of days, out next week?
Is it? Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. That's right, yeah.
Sean, you must focus on when your album is coming out, because...
Yeah, I'll leave that to someone else.
Yeah.
I'm not really bothered, Russell.
Ain't ya? Oh, yeah.
I'm not
I
a
suppose.
salesman, mate.
No, I suppose not. On this show, Sean, we've just been talking about say you which animal do
I
you
just
think?
heard you, yeah, shagging animals.
Yeah, which one do you
I'll just stick with women, mate.
just women? But I know that. I mean, obviously that is your own species, and then that is probably the best place to look for sexual fulfilment. But
If you had to.
yeah.
I don't think I could do an animal.
Matt's going to do a flamingo. I do a tiger. Paul McKenna, the hypnotist, wants to do a
Can I not,
kangaroo.
fuck a cabbage instead?
Sorry about the
I'll go for
language.
vegetables.
Look, that beat was a bit loud. Sorry about that. Yes, you could. Yeah, I think cabbage would be. You've gone straight onto the vegetable community. Who would have thought that there would?
Well, he don't wriggle, did he?
No.
He's strangling him.
That is one advantage of sex with the cabbage over sex, for example, with a kangaroo. Yeah, that's a good point. So, what about? Are you living the same sort of lifestyle as you always were, Sean? Like being on tour? Is it all a bit reckless and crazy, or is it different now?
It's a little bit different, I'm a bit sort of boring now, I'm just I'm really quite boring. We've just done this show and I'm back in here watching something with that bird off that used to do this morning, talking about 80s television.
What's she talking? Well, like Fern Britton.
That's it, Fern Britton.
We're just talking about TV in the 80s. Is it any good?
That's right, yeah.
So you're not. So what's that then? You're not drinking no more then, mate?
Oh, I'll have a pint, yeah.
All right, fair enough. That's okay. But nothing balmy, nothing too eccentric.
No, not anymore, Oh, no, I'll start shagging animals.
If you do need a hobby, if you find yourself on tour a bit down the dumps, maybe just grab hold of a kingfisher, just start having a go at that. Keep yourself cheerful. So, thanks very much for coming on here, mate. And
cheers.
And good luck with your tour. And look after yourself, and don't get too bored. And
No.
you'll be all right, I reckon. It's really nice to hear you. You sound like on top of your game and everything, mate.
Nice one.
All right, take it easy. Ta-ta now.
All right, thanks, Russell. Now you're blessed.
Yeah, you and all, mate. Ta-da. I'll see you later. I think he sounds well, doesn't he?
Yeah, sounds good.
That's good. He's on top of things. That's
You
nice.
met him at the Comedy Awards. Did you talk to him?
I spoke to him a little bit, and I think
He's completely...
he's
all
come
right.
alive. That's perfect. He's
Because we
turned
met him
things
at the
around.
Anime Awards once, didn't we? And he was...
Was he toppling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll get their album Uncle Dysfunctional is out on the 2nd of July, and Jelly Beans out on the 16th of July. Right. So Matthew, go and stick something on them.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's stick something on. Then we'll focus. What we've got half hour of the show left. We've got to talk to Noel Gallagher. We've got to talk to some woman about this smoking ban. And then if Noel Fielding calls back, we'll talk to him. Stay with us. It's Russell Brand Show on Radio 2. Low Rider War, you're listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2. Now, this is the last night you're allowed to smoke in this country. We've got Neil on the phone. He's running a smoking party at his bar in East London. Hello, Neil.
Hello there.
Neil, how's it going? You sound a bit tired, probably because you're ridden with emphysema.
Running a bar makes you tired every day.
And smoking makes you
and
tired.
smoking.
Are you against smoking?
No. Some of my best friends are smokers. I believe they're human beings.
That's nice, isn't it? Some of your best friends are smokers. What are they doing? What are they doing now? You're just surrounded by people
Trust me,
smoking.
they're smoking. They're smoking also. They're smoking cigars, fat cigarettes, skinny roll-ups, and everything. They're smoking it.
They're just going mad for the tobacco.
They're doing it.
They can't get enough of it.
No.
Well, I'm not really into this. I'm glad about this smoking ban a bit.
You are?
I'm glad about it. It's annoying,
Oh, yeah.
isn't it?
Well, no, I mean, some people really hate it. I think people should have a choice. But at the end of the day, I think if it helps people get out smoking, I think it's a very good thing.
Yeah, I'm not, the erosion of personal freedom, that's not very good. People should be able to be free and stuff, but they're not allowed to have any other drugs.
I think so. I mean, when there was a time, some of the adverts were showing on, and the shots were showing on projections on the wall. I mean, it was only a few years ago. I remember some of those adverts when they encouraged you to smoke and said it was really cool.
Yeah.
And all the revenue was accumulated for it, and gathered for it. Now it's a complete change of.
Complete change of mindset. There's no real reason why smoking should be thought of as cool, is there? It's because of brilliant manipulation. It's Sigmund Freud's nephew.
Yeah, so,
You'll shut up for a bit, Neil, you pervert. You're just some bloke in a bar, right? Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's nephew, right? What happened was, enough women weren't smoking cigarettes, right? Because there was a stigma against it. And these marketing people from Philip Morris goes, oh, can you help us find a way to get women interested in smoking? Is there anything in the theories of Freud? He goes, yeah, tell people it's a substitute penis. They'll get right into smoking fags then. And the marketing campaign was, you got a load of beautiful debutantes to have cigarettes in their garters, and on a Liberty Day parade in America, at a designated point, all these debutantes pulled cigarettes out of their garters and lit up together and said that it was lighting a torch of freedom, and they associated the idea of smoking with the idea of feminism. And if you have a notion or a maxim like torches of freedom in the American language, it's very powerful because the Statue of Liberty is holding aloft a torch of freedom. So since then, and then they affiliated them with movie stars, so they constantly contacted the idea of smoking with the idea of coolness. There ain't no reason why it is. There ain't no reason why Coca-Cola's cool either. It's always the association of coolness with different ideas.
Of course.
It's not cool, is it, smoking?
Not at all, but America thought it was.
Those dirty devils across there. Mind you, we've been having a lovely time over with the Mongols.
Bombing Iraq's cool, too.
Oh, hello there. I don't know if they think it's cool. Neil, you and your cigarette party is quite controversial there. It's all right. You're entitled to your views, mate. They're obviously not the views of BBC. I've not asked what the BBC's views are.
No, you didn't say that. People
Who would you
get
talk to? Yeah, no, I'm sure people would. I mean, I think our stance is there shouldn't be wars under any circumstances. Don't bother having one. It's a senseless lot of hullabaloo to have a war. Right, so, are you a smoker yourself?
I'm an ex-smoker.
You're an
I've given up a few times. I've been an ex-smoker a few times, actually. Now, this is my final shot, I think.
All right, you're an ex-smoker, but you do currently smoke fags.
I'm not a pious ex-smoker.
Right, you're not judging people.
No, not at all.
Well, what I suggest you do is take your trousers and pants down, put some sunglasses over the top of your willy, and then tuck a cigarette between your willy and your balls, and just have that. That's whenever you have a cigarette, you've got to do that simultaneously, just to undermine the idea of cigarettes.
I've done that. I've done that many times.
I like to think you're doing that now, Neil.
Don't light it, though.
Never light it. Yeah, that could be hazardous. What? You've got a missus?
Oh, no, she's very shy.
What are you grabbing after your missus for? No wonder she's not going near you with your little trouser smoker down there causing aggro. Neil, for God's sake, clear off, you lunatic. Thank you for helping us to acknowledge that this is the last night of smoking. You're a lovely person to have on the air. You've been sexy.
Thank you.
It's been lovely talking to you. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye, mate. There goes old Neil. They're celebrating the final days of smoking. Later on this show, we're going to be talking to Noel Gallagher. And in honour of Noel Gallagher and the concept of smoking, why don't we align those two ideas brilliantly in an Oasis record that summarises these concepts quite succinctly? We're dovetailing, it's what's going on. That were Oasis, Cigarettes and Alcohol. Dear Russell, says Marie, where's your help feature gone? I need some help. I'm in on a Saturday at my age. You're helping a bit, but not as much as a new place to live. The love of my life and babies galore. Ciao for now. And by the way, a horse with nice breath and some kind of harness. Marie, thank you. She's saying that's the animal. Well, there is something erotic about the equine, isn't there? I mean, they're all sort of muscular, aren't they? Well, I'm not suggesting that you'd want to marry one, but there is an eroticism. I suppose, if you look at the connotations...
Just have a one-night stand, is that what you're saying?
That's it. I don't want to get involved with it long-term, that's what I'm saying. And I think that if you look at the language that surrounds sex, we were like an animal in the sack. People are always saying things like that. He was hung like a horse. He was a real tiger between the sheets. Is it any wonder that some people become confused on zoo visits and start throwing suspenders and tights over the barriers for the monkeys to play with, like a monkey as a burglar with tights over its head so he couldn't identify it? It's the sort of thing I could get into. My boyfriend, says Joanna, says he would like to involve himself with a duck because of the noise that they would make. I suppose, you know, that...
What? The noise is a turn on.
A duck would sound abrupt, wouldn't it? I don't think the duck... Because
It
there's
could
nothing...
break your arm.
That's a swan. And like...
Well, that means it could injure your thumb.
Yeah, I suppose so. If it's, scaled down.
Yeah.
It
A
could
mallard.
A mallard could really have a good go at your thumb. I don't think there's anything erotic about the duck, but from the way they walk to the
Hang on, a
yellowness of their
swan. A
beak.
swan, that's a good animal.
It's very elegant, a swan,
The neck.
of course. But I don't like the hissing and their attitude when they think you're near their eggs. They kick off too quick, you know? They're not compassionate.
Maybe they're alright if you approach them as a lover instead of just giving them bread.
Look, I mean, you're welcome to the bread, but if you're interested in taking this any further, I certainly know that I'd enjoy it enormously. So, yeah, we've been away in Hollywood, me and dear old Matt Morgan, and it was a rich and interesting time. I, of course, because of me not drinking and, stoic, decent lifestyle in preparation for a spiritual revolution, I was home early most nights. Yes, I was.
Yeah, dragging whatever you could bring back.
I couldn't stay alone in that opulent palace of splendour. I wanted to set up a community in there. I felt lonely.
One person at a time.
But, Matt was obviously out drinking himself daft most
No, it
evenings.
wasn't. You can only drink till 2 a.m. in Los Angeles, and then everyone goes home.
Quite
Drunk
right.
in their
Blind
cars.
drunk, driving drunk. Matt and our agent Nick and some other people were driving around all drunk, right?
No, yeah.
The driver was a bit drunk. Everyone in that car was a bit drunk. It's a bit irresponsible. It was a different context in America because they don't want to cripple the automobile industry, so they don't push the idea of anti-drink driving or anything. They'll stop people driving cars and buying petrol, right? So they were all coming home. The woman was drunk that was driving it, and the police pulled him over. And Matt goes, "Oh, am I guilty as well by association? Say I didn't know you were drunk." All panicked and the girl had to go, "Don't worry."
I was thinking
it's
I'm
gonna be
going to
okay."
ditch her as soon as he starts asking questions. I didn't know. I've been asleep in this car for 2 days. It just suddenly started moving.
Have you seen my toothbrush? And then they pulled over by the old Bill, and they
Old Bill is scary in America compared to here.
They're a bit serious because when we came back, we saw some policemen walking along. They all had sort of coloured, luminous tunics on.
And they were taking a BMX that had obviously been stolen back, but it looked like it was their bike.
Yeah, wheeling a BMX, just sort of like some teenagers.
Like goons.
Yeah. Oh, better get this bike back. And in America, they're big gun-wielding, brutal savages, aren't they? They
Yeah.
could turn on you at any moment.
Big.
They were shining light into the eyes of the girl that was driving the car, and then and they went, "No, have you been drinking?" And she goes, "Oh, I had a glass of wine with dinner." Then shone it into the eyes of Nick, our agent. He went, "You've been drinking?" He went, "Yep, I've been drinking." And then shone it into the eyes of Matt. And he didn't bother even to ask because Matt was mewling and stretching. Like
No, I
a
just laid
fetus.
there with my head back thinking, oh, God, here we go. And then when the torch came on me, I tried to my head was back. I was going, oh,
all lolling back.
lolling back. And then I couldn't even form a word before he went, yep, put the torch off me.
You're very lucky to get away with that. Don't drink drive.
We shouldn't have got in the car with her. I didn't
Shouldn't
know
have
she'd
done.
been drinking.
Well, you were so. What do you think she was doing? What do you think she was?
I thought she was just tipping it down her neck.
Just tipping
Down
it
the side.
away. Okay. Oh, look at this. Sarah says a giraffe on account of the size of its tongue. I'll see you on Stoke for my
Oh.
birthday. Sarah, why have you took? Right, let's not talk about
I
this
think
anymore.
of all
It's rude.
giraffes as women.
You think of giraffes as well because they're eyelashes.
You can't think of a male giraffe.
Yeah, I know. Or a female monkey. You never see a monkey and think, oh,
Oh, I do think of female
You
monkeys.
think of female monkeys?
Is that
Why?
PG tips?
They're all, yeah, that's because they've got dresses on. And
Do you
that's
think they dress the boys as
I don't
boys?
think
and
they care, no.
I don't think they cared
completely,
either.
I reckon they just sellotape their nuts up and go, go on, you're a woman for this.
But it's true that giraffes all seem female.
They are quite feminine, and I suppose the same with flamingos. I suppose that's why you're drawn to them.
I'm not drawn to them. It was a conversation
You love
that you started because you felt guilty about something. Probably you and your cat Morrison.
My cat Morrissey have a platonic relationship. He had a go at me when I got in. It was-
Really? That's because you
interesting.
keep abandoning him to chase your Hollywood dreams.
Oh, the Hollywood dreams!
What do you mean he had a go at you?
Well, he just seemed sulky, and then there's a bit where I was sort of stroking him, and I lashed out. And I was
Really?
like, I never punish him for anything, so I just let him scratch and bite me until he bored of it, and then goes, "What's the problem?" But he obviously was incapable of responding in a reasonable way because he doesn't have language. Right, have we got someone on the line? Did you say? Right, we've got someone on the line. I think it might be a tiny child. Hello.
Hello,
Oh, what's your name?
Sarah,
Sarah. Where are you, darling?
Wakefield.
You're in Wakefield. What have you been up to today?
There's a sports day on at a pub in the field today, and I won all the games.
You won all of them. Hold on, well, let's talk about this slowly and get through it. There's a sports day at a pub.
Yeah.
Well, that's strange, because normally sports day, like when I was your age, how old are you?
10.
When I was your age, sports day happened at school. Do you have a school sports day as well?
Yeah.
Or are you being educated in a pub? Oh, that's a nice little laugh, darling. So, okay, so you won 3 medals, did you?
Yeah.
What for?
I did rounders,
What's that? Rounders? You got a medal for that? Well done.
football,
You got a medal for that?
yeah.
What?
And,
Come on, because otherwise people can... Darts? You're doing all pub sports. You did quite well. Did you have a nice day?
yeah.
So what do you want to do when you're older? Do you think you want to be a footballer, a darts player, or a rounders player, or
A ski instructor.
you want to be a ski instructor?
Yeah.
Good. Why?
'Cause I like going skiing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, right, you're allowed to go skiing. I find skiing a little bit difficult. What about them shoes? They're a bit heavy.
Yeah.
You like
Knuckle
those
skis.
shoes?
Not really.
They're big long shoes. I don't like it. But okay, what other do you like the environment? Being out there in the snow, don't you get a bit cold and depressed?
No.
You don't get cold and
I like
depressed,
covering my mum up in snow.
do you?
Yeah.
Does she mind that?
No.
Well, and what about your dad? Is your dad at home?
No.
Put your mum on.
No.
What's your mum's name?
Jill, and she works for Cadbury's.
Right, other chocolate is available. She works at Cadbury's. Oh, what does she do you think? Do you get a lot of chocolate then?
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that, you eat good food as well, I hope?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, do you know what I mean? It's not good for you.
I'll pass her on to you.
All right, you're not in
I'll
charge.
speak to you after that.
Speak to Russell, Mum.
Hello? Jill?
Hello, Russell.
Hello?
Hello.
She's lovely, your daughter, isn't she?
She's absolute smasher.
Yeah, she's bright as a button. It's very nice talking to her. So she's... Why is she having sports day down a pub for?
It was just a practice, really. It was the
For
health
what?
week at the
A life's drinking?
That's what I was doing. It was behind the pub in the sports field. We've had problems with the flooding in Wakefield.
Oh, no, I'm sorry to hear that.
And so a lot of the fields are underwater, so it was just where they could actually do it today. And
Perhaps it shouldn't be called Wakefield. Perhaps it should be called Lakefield, then, if there's been serious
Wakefield
floods.
on
Sorry.
Collier,
Sorry about the floods. Are they serious, these floods? I've not been listening.
Yeah,
Are they
it's
bad?
been really bad.
Oh, is everyone all right?
It's been really bad. We're fine where we are, the parts that we are, but parts of Wakefield are still...
Oh, you're joking. People aren't dying and stuff, are they?
There's been a few, yeah.
Oh, no, that's terrible. I didn't realise that. I've been away on holiday
I
trying to become a film
in
star.
LA, but there's been about 6 fatalities.
Oh, no, that's awful. I'm sorry. I didn't realise. I would have taken it much more seriously. Oh,
Lots in
that's
South
terrible news.
Yorkshire and also West Yorkshire's been badly affected.
Oh, my word. Well, obviously, my deepest sympathies to anyone that's been affected by that. That's horrible business. But you still managed to get on with your sports day, though?
Managed to hold the sports day today, and also because it was been put off, obviously, with the weather in the week.
Yeah. You work in a real-life chocolate factory?
And yes, she thinks I do. Yes.
What do you do?
I help the Cadbury people.
Yeah, you're like Slugsworth, aren't you? People like you who brought Willy Wonka down. You ruined him, saying that the Oompa Loompas were slaves. They weren't slaves. They liked it there. They was happy.
They were very happy, weren't they?
Of course they was. They loved it. What? Yeah. What do you do with the? You know, what are you working in the factory? Working in market? What's going on?
No, the factories are basically around Birmingham and further south.
Oh yeah, because I remember in that ill-conceived way blurting a loads of information about. Oh yeah, they've set up the chocolate factories and little chocolate villages like at the beginning of Coronation Street used to have. Yeah.
The ones.
Right, listen, my love.
So yes, I work in this area, just merchandising.
Let me say goodbye to your lovely daughter. What's her name again?
I'll pass Sarah back on to you. She wants to mention the school and
All right.
she wants to invite you to
All right.
the school.
You can't keep using it as propaganda. Hello, Sarah. All right. How's it going?
We're having a rounders match on Friday.
Yeah. What, at school?
You love
Yeah.
rounders, Russell.
And a week on Friday. And
Yeah.
because it's health week.
You're
and
lovely.
my mum's got to come and play rounders with me.
Yeah, good. Well, that'd do a power of good, wouldn't it? Instead of,
Yeah,
loafing
come.
around at the chocolate factory. So will I come?
Yeah.
Where is it?
At my school.
All right. Where? And that's in Wakefield, is it, darling?
Yeah.
If I'm up north, I might, because I'm on tour at the moment. So, yeah, I'll go to a rounders match if I'm up north. Why not? I used to like rounders when I was a kid, and one of my dad's girlfriends took Mickey out of me. She was
Probably
like,
primary school.
what? Primary school?
Yeah, Harby Primary.
Oh, you're lovely, darling. All right, listen, I'll try and pop along if I can. Get your mum to email the show with details, and if I'm up north, because I think I might be on tour, so if I'm up north, I'll come around as match at school. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? That's the sort of
Yeah.
thing I'm going to regret
How do
promising.
you
isn't it?
get your hair so big?
What you do, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked me that, actually, Sarah. What you do is you have to create static and friction at the back. So if you rub the crown of your head in a circular motion, it has the effect of backcombing your hair, then spray it and then hair dry it till you build up some solidity. But don't do that while you're on the rounders pitch, because it will, it's just extra weight and extra aggravation. It will debalance you.
This is me spraying my hair.
What? This is you doing your hair?
Yeah,
You're doing it now?
yeah.
You're reckless. You're out of control. What are you doing? Sarah, get to bed. You've had a lovely day. Stop causing so much trouble on the radio. Good girl. Sarah, it's lovely talking to you, sweetheart. Get your mum to send emails and that, with the details of this rounders match.
Yeah.
And if I'm
Can I
up
have an
north...
autograph of you?
No way. You're an autograph of me? No, you'll get it from me. For God's sake, use the right conjunctive. Right, listen, darling. I'm going to, of course you can have an autograph. Hold on, I'll write it down now, and then someone can send it. Get your mum to leave your address. Right, hold on, what shall I write, Sarah? Sarah.
Who's Sarah from Russell?
Sarah.
Yeah.
You cheat at rounders and darts. Yeah, can I put that?
No.
I've already put it now. Come on. Oh, I've put only joking. Only joking. Right, it's there. You're lovely. All right, I'll talk to you later. Leave them details. Get your mum to leave them details, and I'll see if I can come.
Night-night.
Night-night, darling.
Oh.
Get to bed. Ah, the innocence of childhood. We were all like that once. Not you, Mel.
I think those medals have gone to her head, though, a bit.
She's giddy, isn't she? She's like young Ben Johnson was. There's no way their medals are legit. She's off her head. She's got on steroids, that kid. She's like young Judy Garland, bless her heart. Okay, quick, let's put a record on. Put the Dolls on, New York Dolls. Then we'll only play a bit of it. Then we've got to put Noel Gallagher on, and then suddenly we've got loads of things to do. Then Mr. G's going to do a poem. Right, okay, get New York Dolls.
Gary U.S. Bonds a 7-day. Here we go, Jerry.
New York Dolls, of course, we know that if there really were a 7-day weekend, the weekend would lose its lustre, because it would always be the weekend. It's like saying, why can't I be happy all the time? Because then there would be no comparative state, so that's why we have to endure misery occasionally. He was a bit worried that we talked about Animal, How's Your Father, and then talked to young Sarah, was your mate?
Yeah.
But I think it was the euphemistic, the Animal, How's Your Father, and it was it's nice that this show has a lot of palettes, and she was there with her mum, wasn't she? So, there's parental responsibility. I mean, I suppose if I was talking to a 10-year-old child, I'd go, which animal would you want to cuddle? It's only the same, really. It's only you make it a bit more adult, because we're essentially an adult show, but
It's a different question then, though.
Really? What would you... You wouldn't go for the flamingo anymore?
Oh, cuddle, no. God,
What
no.
do you want to cuddle?
A bear.
But you wouldn't want
A
How's Your
baby
Father?
bear, not a big, dangerous bear.
No, not a grizzly bear. No, yeah. Yeah, what, because so you want someone to...
I don't like petting zoos. I don't like the idea of that.
Why?
Because that is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, go in, give it a pet. It's nice. Smelly a bit. Your hand smells bad. Like when you stroke someone's dog. You wouldn't smoke their dog. That would be vindictive. Although it is the last day of smoking. Let's go crazy. I'll take a Dachshund. But like when you stroke a dog and you've got that film over you, I don't like that much.
Those dogs are you stroking? Homeless people?
Yeah, mostly the homeless go out, stroke their dogs, make friends with them, tell them about the revolution, spread the word.
Lick your hand.
Yeah, dog spit smell. What if they lick your face and you've got dog spit smell? Then you go try and kiss a girl, you stink of dog spit.
That's your excuse.
That's the way I'm living. I don't care. I'm bouncing up and down the evolutionary scale. We've got Noel Gallagher on the blower. Noel Gallagher. Hello.
Hello there.
Oh, don't be downbeat, Noel. Don't be downbeat, you.
What do you mean?
Well, it just seemed like what have you been doing? You just sound like sort of you're nursing a bruised ball.
No, I had a bit too much to drink last night.
Oh, did you? There's a theme to this show. It is like a sitcom, us three, Mr. G, all on the air. You come on and go, oh, no, I had a bit too much to drink last night.
But I think I fell over at one point.
Why?
Because I had too much to drink.
Do you want to see my frame, Noel?
What?
Do you want to see my frame? You getting on? Shall we get you a blanket?
No, I don't know. I might have been demonstrating a dance move and toppled over.
Demonstrating for people? Well, you're not even doing a dance, you're demonstrating it.
I can't remember. I just remember that Sarah virtually called me before I really hit the floor.
Oh, you poor thing. Come on, Noel.
Yeah.
That's no way to live
Good,
it.
good night, though.
I'm worried about you now. I remember not that long ago speaking to you, and didn't she have to wake you up in the night because you were covered in sick, or you spilled
cranberry
sauce on
juice
you?
down
You
himself.
had cranberry sauce down yourself last. You're like Grandad from Only Fools and Horses, where you're living your life. Come on, we look up to you. Keep yourself together, man.
You're
Now-
all right. Well, I try, but you know, it was a birthday party for crying out loud.
Whose birthday?
It was one of Sarah's friends, Kimmy.
Oh, hello. Did you like it? Perhaps we might like. Perhaps me and Matt would like to.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Did you have a nice time at the party?
I can't remember much about it, to be honest, but
Right, you've bludgeoned it away.
yeah, they had a bowling alley in this gaff where I went, and I got a.
Was it round Euston, round there in North London?
No, it was in Shoreditch,
Oh yeah.
which I don't like. I don't like going to Shoreditch. It's like going to a hat convention, isn't it?
Well, right, it is like going to a hat convention. People have a
they had
hat
bowling
instead of
alley
a personality.
in this gaff, and I don't know what the term is, but you know what? When you throw the ball down the thingy-majig.
Called an alley, isn't it? Bowling
yeah, when
alley.
when like you fire the ball down
The lane.
Anyway, I knocked all the skittles over.
Good lad.
I was
What,
very
using your
impressed.
stumbling, staggering body?
Yeah.
Or using the ball?
Yeah, and then I started drinking tequila soon after that, and the rest of it is a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Now,
I'm enjoying myself.
We had a nice time in Los Angeles, me and Matt, meeting moguls, film career's looking alright, it's going quite well.
Ah, have you been? All right, so go on then.
Well, you know, just with like a few people interested in making films with us.
What kind of films?
Be like vehicles for me. Me and Matt have got some like, very interesting ideas about. Well, I'll tell you about them off air. We might need a soundtrack.
Why would you? Why you don't even speak to me off air?
Yes, yes, I do. We have a lovely relationship off air.
No, we don't.
You're very.
No, you don't. You always say, "Oh, give us a ring. We'll go out. Or we'll do this." I'll tell. Yeah, I'm going down the ground. I'll meet you there in half an hour. Do you ever turn up?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, but I get caught up, don't I? I get distracted.
Yeah, but all you grandma fans, as Matt prefers to say, granny fans.
Well, the granny fans. Is that what you say?
I said you were with your Randy Granny fans.
I love my fans in every way that is feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they fall within that between 18 and death range.
We've heard.
Yeah. So, okay, what was I going to say that's important? Oh, yeah, right, there's a few of the things we've been chatting about. That smoking ban, good thing or an erosion of our freedom and civil liberties?
Well, I think it is an erosion of civil liberties, but I've got to say I think it's a good thing. So when I was at this place last night, there was no smoking in this place, and I only smoked 3 cigarettes, where usually I'd smoke about 20.
That's good.
So
That's good.
I think in that way it's a good thing, but I think, you know, it was all right with smoking areas and non-smoking. Smoking and non-smoking smoking. So I was working fine, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it had its advantages, but everyone stank a little bit in pubs. I mean, if they was going to have little cordoned off areas, that would have been all right. But too late now. The government stepped in. Now, the other thing we're talking about, Noel, is which animal, if you had to, would you like to have it off with? Paul McKenna, who we met over in Los Angeles, said that he would like either a kangaroo or a monkey, as long as it looked like Helen Bonham Carter out of Planet of the Apes. Matt wants a flamingo because of its egg hole, and I want a tiger because I'm pretty macho.
All right.
What are you going for?
Maybe a minor bird. You know, those birds do that, you know, that
Why?
kind of thing.
Because it could say so. Oh, no, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, you're falling over, are you drunk?
How am I doing? Wonderful. You know, that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or a baboon, because you got to say that big red ass is asking for it, haven't you?
Yeah, they're asking for it.
They're gagging for it.
They
baboons,
love it,
aren't
the baboon community.
Yeah.
All right, lovely. Well, thank you. Yeah, no, as it turns out, it's quite near the end of the show. Now, listen, I'm back in this country. I'd very much like to go out with you. We've just seen us socialising in LA. we was like a young Brit pack we was whizzing about, meeting
Los
moguls.
Angeles, though. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Spread out. It's a great big car park. It's like lakeside. It's confusing.
You know, like London's got a great atmosphere, in New York and the great cities in the world. Los Angeles,
There's no atmosphere. There's little enclaves of it. No one would take us to South Central. We were trying to go there. I went to meet some people, make friends.
I wouldn't go there if I was, not looking the way you do.
But I think they'd take me to their arts. They'd think I was like C3PO or something. They'd make me their leader. That's what I reckon. They'd just think, oh, he's extraordinary, this gentleman. He's nice. Let's make him king.
What, you and Matt together?
Yeah, me and Matt was together, and our agent, Nick.
We wouldn't have
South
got out of the
Central
car
LA.
there. We were just going to drive through, I think.
Yeah, just going to go through it. We weren't going to jump out. Yeah, no, I've just looked up at the clock. It's nearly news o'clock, so we've probably got to go, mate. And I don't like to cut you short.
Well, there's big stories on the news tonight.
Yeah, I know. We've got to be careful. That's why we've been a bit more sensible, because there's, a lot of rhubarb, isn't there? A lot of depressing things going on. Yeah, listen, I will talk to you later. Let me know when you're in London.
You won't talk to me later.
Oh, right, I'm going to definitely...
I've got more time speaking to Matt than you.
I'm going to ring you up and trouble you with really intimate personal problems. Right, okay.
Right.
I'll send you a text message.
Yeah, all right, will you do that?
All right, I'll talk to you later. Noel Gallagher, everyone.
Right, yeah.
Take care, Noel. See you later, mate.
Bye, Noel.
Bye. Now, to summarise this show, there he goes. Now, to say he's probably fallen over, he's probably dropped the phone, he's probably kissing it, he's probably still trying to talk to it, thinks it's a minor bird, probably put a 90 on it. Yeah, right. Now, to end the show, it is the Poet Laureate of our programme. It's Mr. G, everyone! Woo, woo, yeah.
Okay, this poem's called Sunshine. Much like a trial or a test that's finally complete, hopes for future success bypass past defeats. Even though the strawberries are sweet, let us add a little cream. Place in a first-class sick bag with a note and a scheme. As the rain cries, I pray for the sunshine. As they get back, all jet-lagged, Matt's nabs for tea bags. A video star in glad rags hitting moguls with more blag. Flying the flag, making air hostesses glad. But why bother with them when there's flamingos to be had? As their eyes cry, I'll pray for the sunshine. The last night, the last trip, the last cigarette is lit. Sarah won all her games and tried to make her hair big. I hope that next week she'll win her game. And dressed in her little sports kit, so when the rain dies, she'll smile at the sunshine.
Woohoo! Yes. Mr. G there, summarising the show beautifully. Now, we can't muck about because the news is coming up. Keep your phone calls coming. Keep sending us your texts and emails. We love you. Thank you for all your content. Sorry for the emails and things that we didn't read out for you. Thanks very much. You've been beautiful and supportive. Matt, you've done very well. Thanks for all our guests and all our callers. It's time now for the news. Let's hold ourselves together, support each other, love each other, try not to get in too much trouble, 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC. Bye!
Hello.
The 11 o'clock news now. This is Andrea Simmons.